trophy final. 6 Man of the Match awards in the A-team just recently. 6 consecutive. And the coach is Noel Cleal. Featherstone in the change strip tonight of red and white. Loose from standoff to loose forward. And the coach is that wily old fox, Peter Fox. An important night for Hull. Their dressing room buzzing with the news that Widnes have been beaten by Sheffield. They know that if they win tonight, then you can forget about what happened at Norton Park on Wednesday evening. A big night for Paul Eastwood, an ever-present in this Hull side. 290 points last season. He's second in the goal charts now. 8 goals and a try for Great Britain against France, of course, in the recent international. Paul Eastwood now firmly established as a Great Britain regular. Paul Eastwood, 25-year-old, and he has got so much resting on his shoulders from a goal-kicking responsibility tonight. The sides will change ends after the toss. Derek Fox is the man preparing to kick off. And the referee tonight is Robin Whitfield in a natty jersey. He's in his 10th season on the Grade 1 list. He's 47 years old according to the handbooks. He tells me tonight he's 42. Derek Fox then gets this important match underway. We're live and exclusive on the Sports Channel. It's Hull against Featherstone Rovers, and this is John Sharp clinging on for Hull. On tap is the dummy half. And I think, Mike, we can expect fireworks with that news of the fact that Widnes have been beaten in the First Division Championship this afternoon.
Without doubt, Noel Cleal would have had his players really fired up for it. It really has given them a great break. Widnes looked as though they were going to be coasting away with it after their great win against Hull midweek. And I'm sure that they'll really put a lot of effort into the first 15 minutes. They'll want to score first.
Wind is at the backs of Hull, and that's the left tackle. Rinsing tackle too. And it rather looked as Eastwood made that kick as though he was caught with an elbow. But the referee says the ball went out on the full, and so possession simply turns over. And Featherstone back in possession. So they're in the Hull quarter for the first time. Derek Fox and Gratian, that's a neatly ball slipped inside. That's Terry Manning. Inspirational figure from centre, 4 tries in his last 6. Fox again. There's big number 12, Clary Eaty. Good tackling from Dean Busby on his debut. Featherstone keeping the ball alive. Derek Fox again. Last tackle. Featherstone haven't made much progress, but they're still in the quarter. A high kick from Tim Sharp. The ball's bounced kindly as a race on, and nobody gets the touch. My word, that was close, as Sean Newlove closed in on that high kick from Derek Fox.
Well, Newlove really picked up the 4 points there. Now you'll see the Hull defence. Now they just hung back, though there was interference there. One of the Hull players was pushed down, but just too far.
Hull know they're in a match. Here's Carl Harrison. Hull beginning this game third in the table. After losing at Widnes on Wednesday, it was their 7th successive defeat away from home. What a contrast here, though. But that has bounced very kindly for Newlove. Sean Newlove has picked up. He's heading for the corner. I don't think Hull are going to stop him. And Newlove is over. What a dramatic start for Featherstone Rovers. Sean Newlove, the elder brother of international Paul Newlove, only his 2nd appearance of the season, gets off the mark with his first try of the season. What a start for Rovers.
It certainly was. It was a neat kick over by Ontar. Greg Murphy couldn't get it, but Hull paid the price. They had no one at home. The fullback, Richard Gay, had moved up into the attacking position. And really, that was a bad mistake, but full credit to Featherstone. Now there you see. Now where's the fullback? They took the attack, and the guy is striding out. He just waits, hands off, and the weight takes him over.
What a start for Featherstone, and what a start for Sean Newlove. And here's a chance for Martin Pearson to add the extra 2. It's quite an angle for him. He's exactly 10 metres in from touch. And he's just swung it in front of the post. So, Featherstone Rovers 4, Hull 0. What a start.
Certainly is, Eddie. And I'm sure there you see the skipper eager to kick off. That could easily have been 4 points if Mackey had collected that ball for Hull. As it turned out, bad positioning by Hull allowed Featherstone to get first on the board.
The forwards have rushed up to Penn. Featherstone back. I think Noel Cleal really has called for a big effort here tonight.
Well, they certainly have to improve, because when you put a move on like that, you've got to leave someone at home. They didn't, and they suffered for it.
This is good tackling, though, from Hull. Penning the Rovers back in their own quarter. That's Trevor Clark, but a little bit too anxious and too eager for Hull. Pinned for offside at the play the ball. Penalty to Featherstone Rovers.
Just a little bit too eager there. See the big prop forward. Carl Harrison just a yard in front. The referee.
Penalty then that Featherstone have deposited into touch. They restart. Just 5 minutes of the match gone. Featherstone really have come out of the traps superbly. This is Clark, the Maori hooker. Always dark horses, Featherstone, unfancied, unfashionable, come from a pit village, only 15,000 population, but my word, they love to mix it with the big boys. No one better than Derek Fox or Clary Eaty. What a good break from the Kiwi.
Beautiful little pass there by Derek Fox.
Well, Featherstone have the penalty for leaning on.
Well, there you see Derek Fox put the big fellow through, Clary Eaty. Featherstone obviously going to use him out wide. He was never allowed to play the ball, resulting penalty.
Featherstone then have 6 more, and they're 12 metres short. Oh, they've dropped the ball, and Richard Gay collects for Hull. Good chasing, though, from number 4, Ikram Butt, and that's good tackling from Butt again. Crowd not happy, though, and this time the referee agrees with them, and Featherstone penalised for offside at the play of the ball. Stakes are high. Both sides really are coming out of the traps at the play of the ball just a touch too quickly.
Well, they're very eager and keen, and you can't blame them for that. There's Eastwood.
Marlowe playing as prop forward tonight. That was Dixon, who's replaced the international hooker, Lee Jackson. And this now is Carl Harrison. So Noel Cleal can't be accused of not ringing the changes. That's a good break from Dixon. Sharp was tackled as he tried to collect it. Couldn't get the hands round the ball, and Featherstone have it back.
Well, as you said, Eddie, that Cleal, he wants to ring the changes. Not frightened to drop an international. That really would have set the fire in the camp.
Derek Fox, so important to Rovers, and they were lucky to get away with that, and Simpson has got away with it perfectly. Now this fella can move. What a wonderful run down the line. Can Gay get in? Good tackling, but not completed. Now it is. Excellent run, though, from Simpson, that. There's Manning going on his own from dummy half. My word, Hull are having to work overtime to keep him out. Hull will swing it across the face of play. And that was shepherding. And look at number 6, Tim Sharp, furious because he's been pulled back for that.
And so he should be. Sharp wanted the support. He wanted him to come short, very tight of him, to release it. Here you see him. He wanted him to pull through the punch of the hole. He wasn't there. And there you see Gary Rose really missed a great chance.
Referee wants a second ball that's come onto the pitch cleared before he allows Mike Dixon to restart. Harrison, an almighty collision between him and John Bastian. Crowd on that far side, I think, saw something going on. Harrison has a little wry smile at Bastian. The number 10 for Featherstone in your picture now. His first game this for 2 years. He's on the transfer list. Transfer listed by Peter Fox this week. Let's see if we can get any clue as to what happened.
Well, you don't need much clue when you see a close-up like that. He contacted, and they're hurt.
Harrison was able to smile, and will be now because his side are still in possession. Dixon finds Mackey, whose kicks from the Australian could be so important. Nearly foxed Newlove, didn't on that occasion. Sean Newlove in possession, the elder brother of the international Paul Newlove, who's out with a dislocated elbow. Shown up well early on, Mike. Sean Newlove got something to live up to with a brother like that.
He certainly have, and Featherstone have really shocked Hull. Hull, of course, they want to try to just calm things down, get into the swing of things, and a little bit over-eager at the moment.
And that try for Sean Newlove, his first ever for Featherstone Rovers. What a moment he's chosen to get off the mark for his career. Derek Fox, I must say, Rovers looking eager, and with kicking like that, no wonder. Reads the game so well, the little number 7 for Featherstone. Read it perfectly then. Sliced a kick over the top.
Well, you see him change the direction there to give himself a lot of space. Picks the spot nicely. And there's the man. He's certainly earned Featherstone Rovers players a lot of winning money over the years.
Referee unhappy with the scrum. This is the new directive, apparently, from Fred Lindop, that the scrums must be formed correctly. It must go into the scrum, and both hookers can have a strike for it. I have a former hooker alongside me who I'm sure will say amen to that.
Well, I thought they were a dying breed, but now a bit of class and skill is coming back into striking. And talking of striking, that wasn't a bad one from number 10, Bastian.
Here come Hull then. Ian Marlowe, 27 years old in his first season in rugby league. Now it's with Onta, now Mackey. The kick again from Mackey. Really asking a lot of the Featherstone defence to cut across and cut that one out. That was a great kick ahead from Greg Mackey. Punishing kick, and look where it's taken the play, deep into the Rovers quarter.
Yes, the former Illawarra star. He noticed that Newlove was well back into the centre of the position in the field, so he chose to take it to the left, and that really is a remarkable kick.
Rovers have the possession from the scrum. Fox, the man in charge, the Hull trying to keep them back there inside the last 10 metres. Good tackling. Oh, that was a great tackle. Dixon and Marlowe. Ball dropped. And what's the referee saying? Well, it's head and feed to Featherstone.
Well, that was an unusual one. The referee decided that it was just a knock-on. A lot of referees would have pulled Marlowe up for interfering at the play of the ball.
So Featherstone must try again to get away from danger. Penalty. Mackey trying to rip the head off the Featherstone player. Right under the nose of the referee.
Well, Gary Rose here in possession, and Mackey, there you see him not allowing, he was trying to rip his left arm off. No doubt about the penalty going that way, and that's silly tactics. Hull really have to settle things down.
Almost through again for Rovers. Long pass, my word, that was risky. They got away with it. That was forward. Referee agrees, forward pass.
Featherstone trying to be a little bit too clever there. They would have been better to have gone down with the ball. There you see, there was no chance that Fox could have taken that one.
Bastion trying to force the pace, the prop forward. Hull have the possession. Into no man's land. Luckily, Blacker is there to collect. The gap opening briefly, and the snap shot. Here's John Sharp, running straight and through. The Boulevard crowd starting to find their voices. Oh, and Harrison just left it behind him, and Tim Sharp was able to drop on it for Rovers.
Well, it's a lovely move there by Ontar, but Harrison just overran the ball, and that really was a wasted chance.
Here come the Rovers again then. They're just trying to force the pace themselves a bit too much, perhaps. Hull back in possession. Harrison from dummy half. Good run from the big man. Only a matter of 6 or 7 metres, but it nearly cost the Rovers defence. A quarter of an hour of the match gone. Featherstone still ahead. Steve McNamara feeding Sharp. That's with Marlowe. They're not too far away, are they? John Sharp again. Last tackle. Dixon from dummy half. Now Onta. There's Mackey. Mackey shaping to kick. Good cover defence from Pearson. And good chasing from McGarry. And that tackle behind his own line. The referee just checking with his touch judges. Actually, the ball was caught on the full, as you will see here. Behind. Well, no, it wasn't. The referee thought then, I think, and so did his touch judge, that it was caught behind the Featherstone line. It would have meant a tap from the 22. In fact, our picture showed, Mike, it should have been drop out under the post.
Well, it should have been. He was at least 2 yards inside the field of play. That really was a bad mistake. Featherstone very fortunate to get away with that.
Robin Whitfield, I know, one of our keenest viewers. You won't like looking at that one on the video replay. That's neat play. This is Simpson now. The last tackle. Fox will kick. Arrows the ball towards the touchline. Brilliant stuff from the little number 7. I think Mr. Fox is in the mood, Mike.
He certainly is, and that's the type of kicking that's going to keep Featherstone well and truly in this game. It's all about tactics these days. A lot of people don't like that style of football. But it's all a matter of possession, position, and let's hope that they'll make a mistake, and I'm sure that Featherstone will be wanting that now, and Hull will just provide him with the mistake and maybe get another try.
Ontar has the possession from the scrum. Hull here tonight defending the only 100% record at home in the First Division. But they have many matches to come away from home, and 1 or 2 people saying that could be their undoing for the championship. Penalty meanwhile to them.
Well, once again we see another silly penalty. We talk about positional play in this modern day rugby league. There's no point in having a good kicker like Fox put the pressure on, push Hull right back, and then give away a silly penalty like that.
Eastwood's penalty finds touch. Hull back in the Rovers' half. Dixon going on his own from dummy half. Well, that's why Noel Cleal has brought him into the side. Lee Jackson, the international hooker, not doing the job. Cleal making the changes. And this now is Dean Busby on his debut. Brad Webb, still Webb, that was a good ball into Onta. Onta just couldn't cling on. And Rovers breathe a sigh of relief. Clary Eaty sweeping up at the back for them.
Once again we see that panic-style football that Hull has produced tonight.
Good play from Manning. Simpson just couldn't reach it. Ball drops again.
Well, I'm sure that Simpson and Manning were both upset with that. It was good play. He brought the wingman from the outside on the inside. The gap had appeared.
OK, let's go downstairs and join Peter Hutton.
With me, Kenny Loxton at Featherstone. Kenny, good start for the side.
Yes, very good. You know, Sean Knowles making his first match this season at first team line, and took the ball well, had a mistake by Old, picked it well and went half a length of the field.
Did you approach it with any particular tactics in mind this game?
Well, as all they've been doing all the season, they're very strong in the forwards, and all they do is they attack the ball down the middle all the time, playing it tight all the time. When about on fourth tackle, all they do is just swing the ball out wide, and then McKay just was on the last tackle, just chips it over.
Thanks, okay.
And here's McGarry. McGarry's got a chance, and that's a great try! Oh, that level matters. The Australian brought over from Balmain scores only his third try of the season. That's 2 for him on the Sports Channel now. And Damien McGarry is the man that Noel Cleal says could be the difference between Hull winning and losing this championship.
He took this very well, Mackie. A long ball out wide to the Tiger Cub. Some very poor defence here, though, by Featherstone. They had failed to move up. They'd given him far too much space, and you can't do that with the likes of this youngster. Here you see to switch. The ball goes out. It comes free onto Mackie. Now watch it. Long ball. Where's the defence? You could have driven a double-decker bus through there. He took the right option, stepping inside, and a well-deserved try.
Damien McGarry, he's not missed a match since he arrived in January from Balmain. A try in his debut against Leeds on the Sports Channel. Another one in front of our cameras tonight. And Paul Eastwood has this chance to put Hull ahead. And does so easily. Goal number 88 of the season for Paul Eastwood. Hull 6, Featherstone 4. They've hit the lead and we're halfway through this first half.
Here we see how the ball is cut away. Now there was just no one moving up onto him. Late tackles came, but they were to no avail. That is a very good try, but Featherstone will be kicking themselves for not having a good defensive pattern.
So Hull are ahead for the first time, and here comes Richard Gay. Now Gay made some driving runs from full-back on Wednesday night. The conditions at Widnes beat him as much as everybody else. My word, Ontat trying to be a bit too clever, surrendered the ball to Smale. This now is Sharp. Clark from dummy half. Big number 11 is Gary Rose. One of 3 former Keighley players in this Featherstone lineup. There's Fox. Now Eaty. Good tackling from Carl Harrison on Eaty. He's got to get off him though. Doesn't want to give a penalty away there. Manning. Good ball. Good defence too. Last tackle. And they're exactly 10 metres away from that try line. And a penalty at the play the ball. Hull too eager to move up. Referee Robin Whitfield saw them at the corner of his eye, and he's pinned Hull right on their own try line, and is explaining the reason why to Mackie, the captain, and McGarry.
Well, there's no doubt about it. He's informing to Mackie, the skipper, about the young Australian, that he's moving up far too quickly. That is the Australian style. They call it the dish defence. In other words, the centres and wingmen move out to force the play down the middle. He's used to it in Australia, and by the looks of things, so's the referee.
Martin Pearson then, who really can kick goals from anywhere. There's a chance to level the scores here. And that is a poor kick by Martin Pearson's standards. And the crowd around us, I think, believe that justice has been seen to be done.
Well, he'll rue the day will Martin Pearson. That really was the simplest of kicks.
No successes from 2 attempts for Martin Pearson. It could be an important 4 points gone a-begging come the end of this match. Owen Simpson now for Featherstone. Featherstone, they've won 4 of the last 5 away matches in the First Division, but they've won here only twice in 10 visits to the Boulevard, stretching back to 1977. So not one of their happiest hunting grounds. They're not playing like a team who don't like the Boulevard. It's a fast contest, this.
And full credit to their coach, Peter Fox. They're trying to move the ball out wide. They suffered against Sheffield a couple of weeks ago by trying to go down the middle.
High kick. The Fox and company to chase. Richard Gay watched it all the way as it sailed out of the night sky. He's picked up. He's using his pace to good effect. He's given it to Eastwood. Paul Eastwood, an amazing little run. And eventually brought to ground by Jeff Gratian and by Gary Rose. This now is McNamara. Dixon switches direction of play. Another offside at the play of the ball. This time against Featherstone.
Well, the message will be very clear now to both sides. The referee is having none of this. He wants to give an open game to the crowd, and why not?
Eastwood will try and get length on this penalty. Paul Eastwood, Great Britain international. Came of age in the Test series against Australia, did Eastwood. Now Onta and Mackey. Good ball, that's Busby. High hopes of this 17-year-old, no wonder. Dixon now on full tilt. Still going Dixon. Swarming defence from Featherstone. Busby opened them up perfectly then. Onta to Mackey. Long pass out. They must be in, surely. Referee's been knocked over. I think he's given the try. And it's Busby on his debut who's been credited with that one. Dean Busby, a 17-year-old, 6 consecutive Man of the Match awards in the 18, has given him the chance. He's delighted, and I'm sure that Noel Cleal, his coach, will be too.
And why shouldn't Noel Cleal be delighted? Because the 2 men that he's brought in tonight, Mike Dixon, they set up this position for the ball to go out wide, and the loose forward shows his strength. The referee was definitely on the spot. Watch Mackey once again engineering it. The lock forward, out wide, and referee, no doubt. This really was good play. The hooker put them into this position. The centre came in to take the interception. And as you can see, you can't get closer than that.
Well done, Robin Whitfield. Well done, Dean Busby. What a night for Busby. He'll remember this all his life. And Paul Eastwood now has that kick to add the extra 2 and to give Hull just a touch of breathing space. Perfect side for the left-footed kicker. He's pulled it though. Never had a chance from the moment it left his boot. But still Hull have increased the lead. Hull 10, Featherstone Rovers 4, and 27 minutes of this match gone.
Well, the Boulevard boys will be very pleased with this lead, and I'm sure that those 2 youngsters will be pleased also. What a game the hooker Mike Dixon's having, showing a lot of speed off the mark.
Onta, the man in possession. Good tackling by John Bastian. Now it's Marlowe. Eaty and Gratian, the men who bring him down. Eastwood to kick. That's sailing downfield, that one. Newlove will have to watch it because Hull are closing in on him. Referee says play on, and Hull have got him. But to A great chase by Sharp and Harrison. Ikram Butt for Featherstone. I must say, Mike, Hull looking eager tonight after that defeat in midweek at Widnes, where, as much as anything, and Widnes did play remarkably well, but the conditions were all against them.
Certainly did, and I'm sure that loss by Widnes today has given them the fillip that they really needed. But they fought back well. Featherstone took that lead early, but they've calmed things down. They were a little bit too over-eager early. And now that they're getting into a game plan, the kicking's come back, and the support play is good.
Last tackle. Fox will have to kick. Well, he didn't have chance. Hull really did put the pressure on him, and they've got their reward because Blacker has the ball back for them. Now it's with Dixon. This is Mackey. What a busy player he is. Back to Blacker. Fox, the man who was pressurised out of the kick, doing the tackling. Sharp and Harrison. Takes 3 to bring the big man down. Sharp again. Good ball to Busby. Good tackling creation. And the number 10, Bastian. Mackey, he's opened him up again. Oh, great stuff from Hull. Mackey's quick thinking. Patrick Ontar, the Frenchman, only his second try in English football. 12 French Test caps. Captain of his country. A try against Castleford on Boxing Day, and try number 2 of the season for the Frenchman here tonight. Delighted, and why not?
Yes, a good play by Mackey once again, who's been involved in all the tries. He took the burst from the dummy half. The support play was there, and look how pleased he is. Look how Mackey looks. Onta is shouting for the ball. They've taken the dummy. The standoff is there, and once again Robin Whitfield, he's certainly there on the spot tonight.
And there's a delighted little Frenchman, Patrick Ontar, receiving the applause of the Boulevard crowd. And Paul Eastwood now, with his easiest kick of the night, just about. But he pulls it wide again. Well, it looks like he might be having one of those nights. But when you can run tries in like that, 14-4, not a bad score.
No, but he'll be displeased with that miss. That really was a woeful attempt. But Hull are very confident. We just saw there before the substitution, Hull actually went through 5 different moves in 1 minute. And that's how confident they are.
The man on number 14, that's Andy Fisher, transfer listed this week at 40,000, a loose forward. He replaces Sean Newlove, the injured full-back who has a bad right hamstring.
So there we are. Peter Fox being forced into a change. I noticed Martin Pearson is the man to drop back to full-back. Fisher has come on. So Featherstone now have 2 transfer listed players on the paddock. Bastian in 10 and Fisher in 14. This is McNamara in possession for Hull. Eastwood to kick again. First tester for the new full-back, Pearson. Has some pace, this Pearson. Showing it to good effect here. That's a good tackle though from Blacker. Terry Manning. Hunched shoulders. Derek Fox. Robert Clark going into dummy half. Nice play. Sharp, just a little over. Elaborate, and they've given the ball to Webb. And Brad Webb is romping in. Another try for Hull. Brad Webb, 7th of the season. The former South Sydney star moved out to the wing to allow McGarry into the centres, and he swept onto that with ease. It looked like Featherstone had got away with it. Elaborate play from them, but then Brad Webb seized on the mistake and scorched in for the try.
Well, a very simple try here. Sharp trying to get the ball away. It went loose. but dropping the ball, and Webby won't get any easier than this. A very bad mistake there. And that really does put a lot of problems to the Featherstone side. There you see they're trying to keep it alive. It wasn't the best of passes. There's no one at home. Remember, they've just had to replace their fullback, Newlove. And he's in for an easy try. He'll enjoy that one, but I doubt whether Featherstone will.
So that's Hull's third try in 7 minutes. They really have struck back after going down early to that Featherstone Rovers try. And this time Eastwood successful with the boot. And if you're watching this in Widnes or in Castleford, it is going to be an almighty race to the finishing line for the championship this season. Hull are now 16 points to the good. And my word, Mike, they've struck back after taking one on the chin from Featherstone in the opening couple of minutes.
They certainly have, and I'm sure that the Rovers boys, they know they're looking down the barrel of a very big score. Their defence seems to be just shot to pieces. The enthusiasm, which was so evident in the first 10 minutes, seems to be sapping away.
Brad Webb's try coming as a result of perhaps having a forward like Andy Fisher playing on the wing, as Pearson had to drop back to full back. He dropped the ball and he didn't really have the pace to get back and retrieve the situation as Webb swooped on that try for Hull. It was just a touch scrappy in the middle of the park at the moment. Now it's with Ian Marlowe. Bastian brings him down with a touch of help from Eaty. Five minutes to half-time then, that's the situation. And Hull are looking for more.
They look at a really confident side now. Once again, they're going through their repertoire of moves, switches of play, run rounds. That's a sign of a very confident team indeed.
Last tackle, look for the kick from this fellow. Well, he's decided to run it. That's how confident they are. Great ball. This is Blacker. And it looked like an elbow used there by Pearson. Referee, though, I think happy enough. Yes, well, it was a forearm, he says, not an elbow.
Well, it looked pretty bad to me. He didn't seem to make any attempt in my book to go for the tackle. Still, the referee was a lot closer than what we were.
And it's Pearson, the man who you can see just at the right of your picture there, just going out of screen, who is holding his arm in agony after that. And of course, when we were last here, or rather last saw Featherstone, Pearson, who was receiving treatment there, was a victim of a similar challenge to that himself. Well, Hull are back in possession. They're running rampant here. They're running Featherstone off the feet. Cosby. Now it's with Onta and Mackie again. As Mike Stevenson says, they're trying out every move in the book tonight. Amazing what a difference playing at home makes to this whole side. They look shadows of their great form earlier in the season. They've had 2 minutes more of the football tonight, but on Wednesday they looked a shadow of themselves. And there's one for Pearson, and my word, it's almost dropped, but Eaty was there sweeping up. He's got to get out of trouble, and he has. That's good play from the big forward.
It certainly was. He really did want to get into the field of play. Lucky Featherstone there. And there you see Eaty came from nowhere, and the strength took him back into the field of play.
Almost an intercept from Onta. The ball comes back again. Robin Whitfield right in the thick of things. He's blown the whistle. Knock on is the decision, and it's head and feet to Featherstone. It's not gone down too well at the boulevard.
Well, there's little doubt here that the Hull man came in. There you see Onta. He's the man that knocked on first. Even though that the ball did bounce backwards, the referee was correct.
Handling errors, and Featherstone have made 10 to Hull's 5. 2 minutes of ordinary time to go in this pulsating first half display from Hull. They really are back on the championship rails. Why is it, Mike, that a side can play like this on a Sunday, and yet, I know the conditions were against them at Norton Park, they were totally outplayed by Widnes?
Well, it all boils down to professionalism, really. It's the attitude of the players before they go out on the pitch. And once again, Hull caught for offside there. But there's a lot said about the games are won and lost in the dressing room before you even come out and play the 80 minutes. And I have to agree with that sometimes. You've got to prepare yourself mentally. Obviously, Hull were not prepared. At Widnes, they certainly are tonight.
Featherstone in possession. That's Jeff Gratian, 42 years young this month. Gratian still playing and no plans to retire. Ball bouncing round, referee says play on, and he's wiped the tackle count clean. They have 6 more to Featherstone. Manning's on a run. There's a collision between him and Eastwood. Still going, Manning. Made real yardage there. That was good stuff. Sharp trying to release the ball, but the pressure from Hull made him cling on. Half a minute of ordinary time left, plus any stoppages. I can't count too many of those. Fox, that's a good ball, but the crowd all round us shout forward. They scream for forward pass. The referee's decision in the end to knock on.
That was a planned move by Featherstone, but the last pass, unfortunately, was forward. Wasn't the best, but full credit to Mackie. He got himself involved there.
Well, Ontar, I think, fed the loose forward feet there. He's got away with it. We're into stoppage time in this first half. Hull have posted the notice for the rest of the First Division up at the top to take note of. And there is the half-time siren. Only half a minute of injury time played. And so it's 20 points to 4 that Hull are ahead. And those irregular black and white hoop jerseys are back on course for the championship. It's Hull 20, Featherstone Rovers 4 at half-time, more in the second half. So we're just about ready. The youngsters who've been entertaining the crowd here with some mini rugby at half-time leave the field. And so live and exclusive here on the Sports Channel, the Rugby League channel, Hull against Featherstone. 40 minutes of destiny for Hull as they aim to keep up the pressure at the top of the table. Mackie gets us underway. Harry Manning for Featherstone. Good run from him. Good tackling though, smother tackling from Marlowe. Took the legs away from him, couldn't go without the legs. And here comes Featherstone with Fox. Releases the pass well. Good smother tackling though from Dixon and company on Trevor Clark. Fox's kick ahead is charged down. Pearson seems to have recovered from that arm injury. And that's a good ball too from him. Sharp. He feeds Clark. Good break from Featherstone. Now Sharp again. E.T. running through Mackie. Keeps the move going with Ikram Butt. Fox. On pass to Gratian. My word, that was risky stuff. Gratian looks at Derek Fox, his captain, rather ruefully. Fox will try again. Another long pass. This time Smales coming into it at full speed. Now it's with Clark. That's a good ball to Pearson. Good ball out to this near side and well picked up by Fisher. And what a good tackle from Richard Gay, the full-back. That's how short Featherstone are from the Hull line. Oh, great stuff. Fox is in under the post. And just as they started the first half, Featherstone have come out in the second and have pushed Hull back and have scored a try in the opening couple of minutes. Derek Fox with his 8th try of the season.
Wonderful play here by Featherstone, and full credit to them. Larry Itty keeping the ball alive there onto the prop forward, and then we find this wonderful halfback, Derek Fox, the little schemer.
And he has the chance to improve his 4 and make it 6, and does so. And so we have a match on our hands again. Hull 20, Featherstone Rovers 10.
And full credit to the Featherstone side. A lot of people would have gone for them going right down the gurgle, but they've kept the ball alive here. There we see the beautiful pass here to the dummy. Lovely play there by Bastien, and the little half back in underneath the post. What a great start. They're back in the game, and full credit to their coach, Peter Fox. He's obviously injected a lot more enthusiasm. It was catch-up football. They've kept the ball alive, and they were rewarded with it.
So the difference now is 10 points. And Featherstone sprung from this position a moment or two ago. 20 points to 10. They've reduced the arrears. Another one at the start of this second half, and stand by, hold on to your hats. Fox, the try scorer, at dummy half. They're prepared to throw caution to the wind. It's another lovely ball, and there's only Richard Gay to beat. Not this time though, the fullback equal to the task. Fox going on his own and forced into touch. Good tackling from Mackey on Derek Fox. But again, Featherstone showing what they are capable of.
Wonderful play. We just saw Smales, the lock forward, take it downfield, and a little halfback just couldn't get past Mackey. A last-ditch tackle there by the Australian.
Penalty at the scrum to Hull. So Hull will be able to relieve the pressure. Eastwood will kick for touch. Good kick from him too. Well, if Hull needed any jolting, any feeling of complacency knocking out of the system, Featherstone in those 2 moves at the start of this half have done just that. And here comes Dean Busby for Hull. Harrison. Touch forward. Mackey though in possession. Greg Mackey holding on. Dixon is the dummy half. This is Onta. That's a nice reverse pass to Sharp. And Onta's been laid flat out. Last tackle. Hull are running it with Mackey. Marlowe's picked up, and Eady has got him, and what's more, they have 6 more tackles. The referee has wiped the tackle count clean. Sharp. Now to McNamara. Big test here for the Featherstone defence. Eady is hurt. Harrison. Going nowhere. Onta back on his feet. This is Dixon, the little hooker. Onta, there he is. Mackey. Still Greg Mackey, releases the pass well, finds McGarry, his fellow Australian. Last tackle, Featherstone have done well. Can they keep them out? They're running it. Mackey. The ball slipped again. The answer's no. And that's an emphatic try from Hull. Richard Gay's 5th of the season. He scored a try against the Rovers in the defeat in November. And Richard Gay has scored right under the posts.
This is classic football. You won't find a better move than this. Onta inside to Mackey. Watched the round the back pass to the fullback. He knew he was going to be there. That is classic football. That is rugby league at its best. Here's the Frenchman back inside to Mackey. Watch it. That is brilliant stuff. A fully deserved try. Different angle. This is super football. Mackey caught one for his scoop. He got one very hard indeed late, but I'm sure the smile will be on his face just as that fullback Richard Gay.
Paul Eastwood then from right in front to restore Hull's advantage. They had a 10-point lead before that try. There's the 2 extras. And so Hull are back in the driving seat. They lead now 26 points to 10. The lead back to 16 points.
There's nothing wrong with rugby league when you see tries like that. That was super skills. The confidence there, the 2 halfbacks combining, and the good understanding with the fullback linking up into the attack.
And a real international effort, Mike. A Frenchman, an Australian and an Englishman, all involved. So Hull, they maybe had things rattled a bit when Featherstone Rovers, in the shape of number 7 in your picture now, Derek Fox, went over for that try. He's restored the balance as far as they're concerned. 16 points now is the advantage again. On tap. Grayson Redding on tap to his feet. This is John Sharp. That's tackle. Ball's laid back. Eastwood can't kick. Mackey can. Nearly fooled him. Not quite. That's Fisher, the substitute. This is Ikram Butt. Former Leeds player, Ikram Butt, number 4. Just one first-team game for the men from Headingley. Bastian. And now that's another good run from Terry Manning. Always looks busy, Manning, when he gets the ball. Fox and Sharp. Sharp releasing the ball in the tackle. The ball went back. It's the last one. From Sharp. Yeah, he collects. In trouble. Oh, and look at punch being swung there surely by Manning as he came in on the prostrate full back. Referee just took a glance, allowed him to go on with it.
Well, he certainly went in late there, Eddie. Wasn't there, but the referee let him get away with it this time. It certainly got the crowd excited.
Dean Busby, that's the last tackle. Ball's laid back to Eastwood. Surely will kick. Pearson collects. A truly tremendous record here at the Boulevard. In front of another 6,500 crowd here tonight. Before this game started, they hadn't lost a match here in 14 months in the First Division. It's a record stretching back 19 games. And this season alone, their points difference was 276 to 76. Only Leeds and St Helens before tonight had reached double figures. It shows the quality of the football that Hull have been playing this season. Offside, has to play the ball against Featherstone again.
No doubt about that. The second marker wasn't in line with the man playing the ball. And that's certainly not what Featherstone needed. They're making a substitution.
Number 15, Gary Price, is the man coming on, and the transfer listed John Bastian has played in his first senior match for 2 years, and he takes a breather.
Well, I must say, John Bastian has put plenty of energy into this game, and I'm sure that the whole side will be very pleased to see him leave the field.
Oh, it's Featherstone in possession, though. Manning. Tackling by Blacker. Now Fox. Ball being spun across the face. Patrick Mackey. Inside getting through, quite a bit of work, as ever. Knock on, the referee's decision. The eagle-eyed Robin Whitfield.
I think he's going to have to be as well, Robin Whitfield. A few tempers are fair in there. They're flaring up really, really quickly indeed. It may get out of a hand.
There's Busby. I've been impressed with the teenager. That's Fulham loading to McNamara. McNamara loads and then on past second try of the night. Well, the little Frenchman had only scored one before tonight. His season's tally's now up to 3, and a big, broad French smile. Patrick Onta, the scorer.
You can put this try down to the lock forward, Busby. He's had a big game in his debut. There's the guy who scored the try. But really the loose forward. There you see him with a strength. He makes the break back inside. Onto McNamara. And McNamara is showing his strength. Look at the ball inside here. He's heard the shout. Even though it may have been in French, the end result was the same. This was a lovely move. Fox just not strong enough to hold this youngster. I can see a bright future for the lock forward. Here we see McNamara do the right thing, and that is wonderful support play. It's a move. There you see it. Fox is caught short with the tackle. Good support play. Now you've got to understand this guy's broken from the pack, and this guy finishes off. Nice try.
And so Paul Eastwood has this kick to add 2 more. What is it, 5 metres in or thereabouts from this left-hand touchline. Crowd goes quiet. He's not quite got his sights in tonight, Paul Eastwood. Only 3 from 6, a 50% success rate. But Hull might need the goal kicks at the end of the day. They have a 20-point advantage. And we have 3 leaders, I think, come the end of the day. Up there at the top of the First Division, Mike. It couldn't be tighter.
That's for sure, Eddie. But I'm sure that not just the fact that Hull have won, I think it's the method that they've certainly scored their tries today. They really have showed some wonderful moves. They've kept the ball alive. This must please their coach and all players.
Such a great record, as we've been saying all night here at the Boulevard. 5 of their remaining 7 fixtures to come away from home. They've got to get the show back on the road on their travels, haven't they?
Yes, that is one of their big problems, and I'm sure that Cleo realises it. I think it could well be the mental side of things, because a lot of teams don't like to come to Boulevard.
Certainly not. Not when they're in this sort of mood. Mackey, always inventive. Onta, and he's on a hat-trick. And there's the big man, Noel Cleal, the coach here at the Boulevard, watching from the bird's nest. Wonderful pass out to Brad Webb. Brad Webb ducking under a right hook from Clary Eating. The referee saw it. 55 minutes of the match gone. Penalty to Hull. It was a swinging arm, as you'll see.
Well, you don't have to make contact for it to be a foul. And that's the reason why.
Hull approaching their biggest scores of the season, 34 each time against Leeds and Bradford. So after being hammered out of sight by Widnes, Hull really are bouncing back in the best possible fashion. And here's Marlowe, who I'm always impressed with every time we come to the Boulevard. 27 years old, first season in the game from Beverley Rugby Union. Here's Carl Harrison playing in his colours, of course, black and white now, against his former colours, red and white at Featherstone. A £57,000 signing from Featherstone Rovers. McNamara, melted away. And Steve McNamara goes over for another Hull try. And the black and white supporters at the Boulevard here, delighted with what they're seeing. And Steve McNamara saw that the defence had melted away and made full capital out of it.
Well, poor Featherstone just don't know what's hitting them. They're throwing switches, throwing dummies. There you see it. Poor Pearson just did not know what was coming at him. But full credit, it was a really well-worked try. Look at this. Now watch the dummy. See how Featherstone held off. They really are shell-shocked. They don't know what's coming at them. Hull really have put on a marvellous display. Move out wide. There you see, look how Featherstone hang off. They thought it was going to be another inside pass. He threw the neatest of dummies. Poor Pearson didn't know which way to go, but that guy did.
Under 21 internationals, third try of the season then, Steve McNamara. And Eastwood now with this kick. He's got it this time. At 4 out of 7 successful kicks for Paul Eastwood. You look back and think when he looks at those statistics, it hasn't been such a bad night after all. And 36-10, Hull's best score of the season now.
What a great morale booster for the Boulevard side. Getting their highest score of the season.
Couldn't have come at a better time for them, to be fair. But word, it is getting tight at the top now. Dearie me. I've got a feeling this championship race this season will go right to the wire, you know.
There won't be a bookie in the land get any of my money.
You don't part with it easily anyway.
No comment.
Marlowe in possession for Hull. Now it's with Onta. Now Matty. Good to watch when they're like this. Up! McGarry just couldn't hold on. So Featherstone have it back with Ian Smales. And asking Peter Fox apparently to put him back in the pack. He's done so tonight. Whenever we've seen Featherstone this season, Smales has worn number 6 on his jersey. Here's Price, substitute in this second half. Fox. E.T. Gary E.T. is the cousin of Brett E.T. who plays at Bradford. And that's it from Butt. This is the last tackle. Fox's kick over the top. Eastwood will have to watch it as well. Good chasing in the end from Simpson and from Manning, was perhaps a little bit too enthusiastic.
Well, Eastwood had done the right thing. Good positional play. He dropped back, expected the kick on the last, and I'm not so sure that was pulled out. But Hull have got away with it.
Exactly an hour of the match gone. Hull well in the driving seat. It's a great revenge night for Hull, this. Earlier in the season at Post Office Road, as we showed you at the start of play tonight, Rovers beat Hull. If Hull hang on, and I don't think even Mike Stevenson would risk any money against them not doing that, well, it'd be a great revenge night for them.
Certainly is, but full credit to Featherstone. They've tried to keep the ball alive. It's only been their defensive qualities that have let them down.
Look at that, that's lovely play, and this is Simpson heading for the corner. This fella really can move. He's in, I think. The Featherstone supporters are celebrating, but the touch judge's decision goes against them, and Simpson not best pleased. No try.
Well, he can thank him, a little bit unlucky there, but that's not the sort of attitude to take, my friend. It was a good run. He did the right thing. Now, we are not as close as the touch judge. He said no, and that's how it goes down in the book.
Owen Simpson thought he was on for try number 18. It was a £50,000 signing from Keithley. Scored 9 tries for Featherstone, the number 5. 8 for Keithley, 17 in the season. That's a high tackle by Fisher on Busby. penalty is the referee's verdict.
Well, was it malicious? I don't think so. I think it was just a late reaction. His swinging arm. He had the other arm with him. I don't think it's hurt the young kid. He'll suffer with the penalty.
As we said all night, it's been a big night for Dean Busby on his debut. Scored a try in the first half. Took one just below the chin. But he knows what the game's all about.
He certainly does. He's shown a lot of class, plenty of skills tonight. And so has this guy that's just been dumped by the oldest man in rugby league, Jeff Gratian.
Both sides have hit the 100 mark. Richard Gay in possession for Hull. Now with Onta. Now Busby. Here he goes again. What an impressive home debut from this man. Crowd rising to him, and no wonder. Onta. Mackie, this is the last tackle. But then again, McNamara keeping it going, McGarry, and McNamara taking over once more. Mackie screaming for it. Chip over the top. One bounce, and it goes dead.
Cheeky, confident. He's had a big game as Mackie. That there's no doubt. But Hull really have thrown everything at Featherstone. The Featherstone defence is so shocked. They just don't know what's coming at them next.
Two former champions in action here tonight on the Sports Channel. Hull last won the title in 1983, and Featherstone were last championship pennant holders in 1977. The men in red and white aiming for a place in the top four for the first time since they won the title. Trying all they know tonight, but on the night just haven't quite been good enough. But still not lacking any enthusiasm. Penalty against Hull, offside. Rovers tried to take it quickly. Referee will have a word. And he's telling Steve McNamara in no uncertain terms got to retreat and allow the man to get on with things. So Featherstone now with a chance. Derek Fox won't want to wave the white flag. Remarkable that they scored tries at the start of each half, and yet they're on the end of a 36 points going over the other way. Here they come again. Gratian bounced off the chest of Mackie. Penalty. Right next to the post, but I rather fancy we'll see Featherstone run it. And they are doing.
10 years ago, Gratian would have scored.